What's up YouTube? Bizmather here once again with another video. And in today's video, we're going to talk about how to build your cash buyer list and the number one way, most effective way to find a cash buyer fast. Now, before we go on, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on post notification bell. Comment down below if you have any questions about what I'm talking about or any suggestions for further videos. Now, how to build your cash buyer list. Now, the number one way and how I found my cash buyer was through Listsource. A lot of people say, okay, go to these meetups, which is good. Post things on Craigslist. That's good. But finding a cash buyer on Listsource is the number one way. So how do you do that? So when you go on Listsource, of course, you can put different criterias in to populate different addresses around the area that you live. So, for example, I live around Chattanooga, Tennessee. So, if I put in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I look for properties that have been sold within the past 12 months, and that has 100% equity, meaning most likely when they bought the property, they bought it 100% down. They bought it full outright cash. And so I look at that. Another good criteria to put when you're doing that is look for absentee owners. So these are people who have properties but don't live in them. So our number one criteria is people who bought properties within the past 12 months for 100% equity, meaning they bought it in cash and that they don't live in the property. So meaning it was either a flip or it was a rental property. So you're dealing with investors. And then from there, what you can do, you can populate it by the property type. So let's say you want condominiums or just multifamilies. You can do that. Usually I just do multifamilies, your duplexes, triplexes, your single family houses, of course, apartments, and things like that. I don't usually do commercial or anything like that. And then from there, you'll get a list from Listsource which you can purchase online. Of course, there's ways that you can get discounts on Listsource. One thing is yellow letter. You just have to pay like $100 a month, which sucks. But you can go that route. But if you use Listsource often, the dividends pay off. It pays off. And yeah, and so basically you get the list. And usually if you're doing like other lists, like if you're targeting people to actually buy their house, you would turn off duplicates. But for this one, I want to see if there are duplicates, if like a certain person bought houses on multiple occasions. So I leave that part unchecked because I want to keep duplicates to see the heavy hitters who are buying the most properties around the area. And so I do that, and then from there, I get the list, I populate, I see who bought more than one house within the past year for cash. And those are the people I first contact. So from there, I contact them. I skip trace. Skip trace is finding their phone number or contact information online. There's this one website I use. It's called Spokeo, Spokeo, and it's just like a membership. You can just type in addresses or names, and you can pull out the information. It's like $5-10 a month. And so if you're not cold calling a bunch of people and you just want to fill out, quickly skip trace a number, you can do that. But yeah, so with these, I only get a list of about 100 people. So I don't really need to skip trace it that much. I can, but it's not necessary for me. So I do that. I call the buyer, say, hey, buyer, Mr. Buyer, Mrs. Buyer, I see that you bought properties around this area. I have a property in this area too, an investment property that I think you would like to flip or own as a rental. Are you still in the market of buying an investment property? Go from there, talk, give them the address, photos, bam. So that's how I build my cash buyer list by just that list. And if your city's large enough, you'll get a large list. You call these people, you get their emails, put them on your mailing list and whatnot. And so that would be the number one way to build your cash buyer list off of Listsource. There's other methods, but this is the method that I just want to speak to you all about. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, and comment down below if you have any other questions. All right, I'm out. Peace.